Today we're going to have something that we're going to try and experiment with. Tea time with Tito Tim. Now, I don't drink tea. Some of the herbal teas maybe. So today's tea is Tang. We have many flavors of Tang here. This is orange pineapple. The orange mango is also quite nice. The orange is not my favorite. If it's mixed with the others, it's okay. There's a lot of flavors of Tang here, and I drink a lot of Tang. It is sugar-free, so not so bad. And they've got me using a freaking metal straw now because plastic is bad, okay? I don't know how this is going to work out. It's something I want to try. It's a little more informal. Just kind of sit here, have a chat. The best way this is going to work is if y'all get involved, comment down below, ask questions. Let me know any topics that you want to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and drink my Tang. Tangy. But first, I want to do another shout out to my newest Patreon, Burned. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. The fact that anyone watches these still amazes me. That anyone wants to support it is awesome. There are links down below if you want to do any type of support through Patreon or PayPal. Certainly not required to, but I do appreciate it. I'm going to be looking over here to read questions. If that gets annoying, I'll edit some of that out, I think. I want to do questions and answers today because I wasn't sure what to talk about. I went through and gathered some questions, very common questions from the comment section. I've got, I think, 5 we'll talk about just to answer a few questions. A little about who I am and why I'm here, because that's what was being asked. Also, welcomed all the new subscribers. I picked up about 100 this month, which is awesome. And hey, I appreciate the older subscribers too. It's all good, man. 70% of my viewers don't subscribe, and I'm not sure why. I like all the viewers whether they subscribe or not. Let's look at these questions though. I just went through all the comments and there's a lot of questions asked over and over. Today I've got 5 and they're all similar questions, so it's kind of like one topic. First question, what part of the Philippines do you live in? I have said a lot of times, but people don't always see the title, the whole title, or, they don't hear everything in each video. I live in Western Visayas, specifically Iloilo. I'm about 20 kilometers out of Iloilo, out in a town called Aduana. Actually outside of the town on some rice fields. So it's really out in the boonies, but the city's not too far away, about an hour away. If your wife wasn't from Iloilo, what part of the Philippines would you live in and why? My wife is not from Iloilo. She is from Antique, which is on the same island. And I couldn't live out there. It's 2 hours away from anything. I mean, there's no grocery store. If you want complicated, like exotic foods like Diet Coke, you're 2 hours by bus. Butter. I mean, they don't have it. They're way out in nowhere. Beautiful country. It's a beautiful area out there in Antique. But I just couldn't do it. I'm a city boy. And that I can't. That's where I am right now is the boonies. That is... no. Not gonna happen. So she has family here in Iloilo, so we do live on a family compound. Let's see, where and why. My first idea was Cebu, because everyone starts in Cebu. It's big, but it's not Manila big. And that would have been what I would say until just this last year. We've gone to Manila and I hated it. The traffic, it's just a mess. Everywhere you want to go is 2 hours just to get halfway across town. It was just congested and a mess. Then on this last trip, we stayed in Ermita. Ermita is very near the U.S. Embassy, Rizal Park, the big aquarium, numerous malls. Everything's walking distance. A short jeepney ride to Mall of Asia, one direction. The other way takes you one short jeepney ride to Divisoria Shopping District. I mean, everything I would need is right there in Ermita. It's also very close to the airport. So, I love the city. I do. I know people like the countryside. I love the city. So instead of Cebu, I would probably live in the Ermita section of Manila. And I never thought I'd say that because I've been to Manila a couple times and did not like it. But if you stay in one neighborhood and everything is right there, it's convenient. The only drawback is there's no beach. But beaches are nearby. I got a beach half a mile from the house and we rarely go. Now, of course, if I had tons of money, I guess I would live in Boracay. Because that's a beautiful beach, lots of shopping, lots of people, lots of stuff to do. So, it'd be a toss-up between Ermita and Boracay. Next question, why did you pick the Philippines? My short list was really short. There's only 2 choices. I was looking at Thailand and Philippines. Thailand, I like for the culture, because Buddhism makes more sense than Catholicism. It just always has to me. Don't follow either one of them, but, at least I understand them. The biggest reason I chose the Philippines was the ease of long-term tourist visas. Now, I'm on a spouse visa now, but I didn't know that when I was choosing the country. Thailand, you're having to leave the country every 2 months. It's all a big hassle. There's a lot more complex. The Philippines, at that time, you got 20 days when you came in. You could stay for 2 years just doing extensions. Now it's 30 days when you come in. You can stay 3 years just doing extensions. It's easy. After getting here, I realized the availability of English, although not as good as advertised, is pretty good and very important. So Thailand, you're kind of on your own. The lettering, at least here they use the same lettering we use. Even if it's not in English, you can still read it. It's just a lot more comfortable. But Thailand, I think, is great for vacations. I just don't know that I'd live there. More Tang. Have you seriously thought about going back to the U.S. with Melanie? Yes, we actually talked about it a few years back. My old job wanted to hire me back, so I could have gone back to the U.S. with a cushy government job. My family has an extra condo, belonged to my brother, so I could get this condo and pay just the monthly homeowner's fees, whatever that would be. It would be cheap. So it would have a pretty cheap place to stay, decent job. She could work or not work, up to her. If she stayed in the U.S. long enough, she could get survivability on Social Security. If she worked, she could get her own Social Security. She could get an American passport, which would make travel so much better. So there are a lot of options, a lot of good benefits. Talked about it. She thought about it, said she didn't want to go. Good enough. I'm easy. I was happily retired. I was only 49, 50 at the time, so I could go back to work for another 5 years. I was okay not going back to work. So we talked about it. She wasn't interested, so we didn't do it. And the final question of the day is a couple different people asked. Is it safe? Do you live in a city or province? Part of this we already answered. And someone else is saying that another vlogger, we all know who, recently left the Philippines to another country and is now saying some things about some safety concerns of the Philippines. Okay, I know Henry, he's a great guy, got no issues with him, but his experience is not mine. In my experience, I have had no safety concerns here at all. Safety has never really been an issue for me. Now, where I live, I am on a family compound, so when we go out, we don't have to lock the door. We don't have to shut the door. So that is different than what you may have. But even when we lived in the city, we never had a problem. Never saw or heard of any break-ins. Most of the crime here is crimes of convenience. So if you leave your purse or your wallet or your phone easily accessible, somebody might help themselves. Most people here are very honest, but I find that true everywhere I go. I did get pickpocketed once, and it was kind of my fault because I wasn't as observant as I should have been. But that's once in over 30 years of travel, so I can't worry about that. The only time I ever got mugged was in the US, and that was in Dallas, back in the 70s. So, I mean, I travel alone all over. I've never felt unsafe anywhere I've been. Out here, wandering the city streets, downtown Iloilo, 2 in the morning, I've never felt unsafe. Basic situational awareness is about all you need. You see the dark alley, maybe don't go down it. Sometimes I do. No, I have no problems here. Other people may have, depends on who they've dealt with, situations they're in, what have you. But personally, me, I've never felt unsafe here. If I felt unsafe, I wouldn't be here. So, I like it. Anyway, that's all the questions. I'm almost out of Tang, so tea time is over. If you like this idea, then let me know, comment, let me know what you think, ask questions, give suggestions of topics, and I'll just kind of chat. We can do these much faster because editing on these is a breeze. When I go out traveling and doing things, I have an hour of footage I got to cut down to 15 minutes. It takes tons of work. It's fun, but it takes a lot of time. Something like this, I'll record for 15 minutes, cut it down to 7 or 8, we're good. This one, I don't know, probably 10 minutes. I'm not paying attention. It's been 18 already. So these are very easy, very fast. I can put these out. I have scheduled videos Mondays and Fridays. I could throw these out on, like, say, Wednesdays. And I can do them, produce them quick, put them out. And this would be a faster way to talk. And y'all ask questions in the comments. I'll get back and do another one. You know, we can do these weekly, monthly, whatever y'all want. Let me know if it's a good idea. I just picked some questions at random today just to kind of start it off. Mostly I just wanted something to drink. Tang. We'll try a new flavor next time. Basic situational.
Enjoy your day in paradise.